Alright, folks, imagine coming home to find your neighbor splashing in your pool you're chemically treated. Do not touch pool. Then she gets sick and tries to pin it on you, like you tricked her into diving into a toxic stew. That's the kind of mind-bending nerve I faced in Pine Hollow, Tennessee, and let me tell you, it's a story that'll make you laugh, sit, and cheer when the tables turn. So grab a drink, settle in, and drop a comment with your city or country. I'm curious where this tale's hitting. I'm Isaac Hayes, a construction project manager who lives for other blueprints tight, schedules locked, life calm and quiet. My wife, Maya, calls me Ironwood because I'm steady, grounded, the guy who doesn't flinch easy. We sank everything into our ranch-style home at 112 Pine Hollow Lane. Big backyard, pool sparkling like a gem, perfect for iced tea and jazz under the stars. We were the only black family in our cul-de-sac, something we carried with pride, but it came with a shadow, a quiet judgment from Evelyn Potter, 2 doors down. Evelyn, with her lacquered blonde hair and permanent scowl, fancied herself the queen of Pine Hollow Estates, policing everyone's lawns, lives, and even our wind chimes, which she called tacky the day we moved in. I figured she was just a nosy crankman. Was I wrong? It all blew up one sweltering Tuesday. I just pulled into the driveway after a long day, craving my patio and a cold drink. Our pool was under a heavy tarp, a bright yellow, "Do not enter" sign screaming danger. Harsh chemicals were killing a stubborn algae bloom, the kind that could burn skin or make you puke. Jamal, the pool guy, had warned, nobody swims for 72 hours. I'm a details guy, so I triple-checked the cover and sign that morning. But as I stepped out, I saw the tarp drag half off, bunched like a used towel, and had a splasher smog, like someone was in a damn resort. I stormed through the gate, briefcase swinging, and there was Evelyn, floating in my pool in a loud floral swimsuit, grinning like she owned it. The sign lay tossed in the grass. "Evelyn, what the hell are you doing?" I barked, my tie choking me. Her eyes popped open, annoyance flashing. "Oh, Isaac, you're home early," she chirped, like I was crashing her party. "It's hot, your pool's so inviting I thought I'd take a dip." "You don't mind, do you?" My jaw dropped. "Mind? That pool's toxic right now. There's a sign, get out." She waved a hand, splashing chemical water. "That silly sign. Just for liability, right?" And that cover was a pain, took forever to move. I clenched my fist, voice sharp. "Those chemicals cause rashes, nausea, worse. Out now." Her smug look cracked, and she scrambled out, dripping, snatching a ratty towel. "You should have warned me better, Isaac. If I'm sick, it's your fault." She flounced off, leaving the gate wide and water pooling on my patio. I stood there, fury mixing with disbelief. Her entitlement wasn't just bored, it was a middle finger to our home, our rules, because we didn't fit her standards. I called Jamal to report the breach, then started documenting, sensing trouble. That night, red and blue lights flashed. Evelyn was carted to the hospital, rashes and nausea galore. Then Officers Ruiz and Daniels knocked. "Mr. Hayes, Mrs. Potter says you endangered her," Ruiz said, notepad ready. "Claims you let her swim in a hazardous pool." I laughed, bitter. "Let her. She trespassed, ignored my sign, and dove in." I showed them Jamal's invoice, the chemical warnings, my security footage. Evelyn wrestling the tarp, tossing the sign, lounging like a queen. Daniels shook his head. "We need that video." I sent it, and they closed the casino. Fault on me, just Evelyn's stupidity. But Evelyn came back swinging, her hospital stay fueling a war. She buried the HOA in complaints. Me grass overgrown, trash cans wrong, wind chimes noisy. Code enforcement kept showing up, always leaving with a shrug at my spotless yard. Each false claim went into my reporter file, a growing arsenal. She even sought animal control on our beagle, Duke, calling him vicious. Duke, who naps harder than he barks, got a pity pat from the officer, who muttered, "She's a repeat caller." Evelyn's reign spread her patrols with a notebook, scolding kids' bikes, mailbox tilts, anything to flex her power. Neighbors whispered about her pool fiasco, and Mr. Ellis, our retired professor next door, gave me knowing looks, tired of her antics. Then, a twist. Mrs. Carter, a sharp nurse across the street, vented at a barbecue about Evelyn's HOA bullying. She fined my shed for wrong paint, but built a whole guest house out back, no permits, nothing. My ears perked. Evelyn, the rule-obsessed tyrant, breaking her own codes. I checked city records, no permits for 116 Pine Hollow Lane. My cameras caught a sleek cabin behind her cypresses, unapproved by the HOA's strict committee. Satellite images confirmed it wasn't there 3 years ago. Game on. I launched Operation Quiet Sting, no shouting matches, just her rules turned against her. From a library computer, I sent an anonymous city tip, attaching a photo. Mr. Ellis accidentally snapped while birdwatching. I mailed a letter from concerned residents to the HOA, urging fair rule enforcement, hinting at an unapproved structure on Pine Hollow Lane. Both were untraceable, letting the system do the heavy lifting. A week later, a city truck idled outside Evelyn's, the inspector eyeing her yard. The HOA newsletter mentioned compliance checks for outbuildings. Evelyn's patrol stopped, her lawn grew ragged, her queenly air deflated. The knockout came when an orange violation sticker hit her door. City ordered demolition, plus fines. The HOA demanded ARC approval she didn't have. Neighbors watched the crew smash her retreat, wood splintering, her dream crumbling. At the HOA meeting, packed with onlookers, the president noted the resolved violation, glancing at Evelyn, who sat silent, her lawyer squirming. Her cry of harassment got no traction. Her credibility was gone. Her house hit the market, unsold for months, a grey scar in her yard. By spring, she fled to a condo, and a new family painted her place bright yellow, breathing life into Pine Hollow. On our patio, Maya's chimes sang, Duke snored, and our pool gleamed. "I just wanted peace," I said, sipping tea. Maya smiled, "You got justice, Ironwood." Evelyn's prejudice sank her, not us. Was this just one woman's hate, or a neighborhood's failure to call it out sooner? Did I play it too cool, or was quiet strategy the only way? Drop a comment your take, your neighbor battles. What's worth fighting for in your home? Alright, folks, imagine coming home to find your neighbor splashing in your pool you're chemically treated. Do not touch pool. Then she gets sick and tries to pin it on you, like you tricked her into diving into a toxic stew. That's the kind of mind-bending nerve I faced in Pine Hollow, Tennessee, and let me tell you, it's a story that'll make you laugh, sit, and cheer when the tables turn. So grab a drink, settle in,